we are back for more in our last half of the discussion and our last half of the show. You're watching Smart Means Business. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko here with Barija Andrew for your daily Kickstarter. Andrew, our on-ground conversations. What's happening?
Yeah, actually, there has been something that has been going on. I feel like not so many people have really given it that much attention, but I think when it really comes out, it's going to really be very serious. Now, this discussion is going to be about taxation of mobile money agents, and it sounds very strange, so many taxes coming up. Now, this came out, this is from the Daily Monitor. This was on the 28th of February.
Okay.
It says that the Uganda Revenue Authority has written to the Bank of Uganda to compel commercial banks and mobile money financial companies to publish a list of their agents to enable effective tax. Now, the report still says that in February 23rd later, Mr. John Musinguzi, the URA Commissioner General, said their analysts, that is on the banking and mobile money financial services, has found out that many agents aren't registered to pay taxes. So coming up is that, and of course we're going to be having a lawyer having a discussion. What does she really think? What's the opinion regarding that? And I'll be returning with a deeper discussion with Joram.
I think we appreciate that URA needs to increase their tax base. They need to look for taxes. And if I was URA, I think this is a place I would look. So let's not blame them for looking. But I think we also have to be careful on, do our tax policies match with NDP3, for instance? Because yes, we are trying to increase inclusion in business. Mobile money has really transformed the lives of so many people, even up country, who are unbanked. And we saw when the mobile money tax came up, there's a lot of problems. When the airtime tax came up, there's a lot of problems. But you see also, you risk standing in the way of innovation, you risk standing in the way of entrepreneurship. We are in the age where we're trying to help SMEs and entrepreneurs, and a lot of these mobile money agents are in that category. But I think that we have to be very careful, because these mobile money agents are going to visit these fees on the ordinary person. So you're not punishing this person, or you're not taxing this person, you're taxing the Ugandan. You're taxing the Ugandan on money where he has already paid pay, and he's paid his other taxes. He's bought things with VAT, He's paid VAT. Then he has paid that tax that's on your airtime. Then he paid the phone, he paid VAT on the phone and the SIM card. And now, when he does his transaction, on top of the charges the telecom is asking, the charges the bank is asking, the charges you had added as VAT earlier, and now you are adding the charges to the agents. This might even kill off some agents, because you might find that the ease of business we've been having, because agents are accessible, some might run out of the business depending on what volumes they are having. We need to look at, again, I feel like these decisions need to be data-based, but also inclusive. Ugandans need to feel that they're part of this decision-making. The taxes are not just imposed. We have areas where we've been talking about, we've been saying, yes, we want to promote agriculture, so don't tax agriculture inputs. But there are people every day who sit at their cows, at their gates, and sell cows and bulls for billions every weekend, and nobody taxes them. There are people who sell their goats, There are many pig farms all over eastern and northern Uganda. People are selling these pigs. There's nobody taxing those kinds of things. So there's still, I feel, very many areas to tax. I think that we need to see URA try to see how to incentivize the areas we need to grow. But I think the movement of money should not be so constrained because of taxation.
Well, when she says she thinks businesses should not be strained because of taxation, constrained because of taxation. A very rightful statement, but by the look of things, you realize most of our businesses are strained because of that.
Very, and looking at the mobile money aspect,
yes,
the worst fear is financial access. Because so many of our parents, sometimes I may not go to the village problem some other days, but I may say, let me send you money, get this for yourself, for something. But now that is going to be something that is going to be halted with. And also, we also get realized that we, people on these mobile money agents, are going to feel the burden, because lately, if you're sending somebody money, regardless, there is that additional, though some people don't charge it actually. Some mobile money agents don't charge it, but others charge it, that 1,000. This time around, don't be shocked to see that now they're telling you now you have to pay 2,000. When all this comes up, and of course, one of the cited out companies with mobile money companies is MTN, which is estimated to have about 200,000 agents. That is worldwide. Countrywide. So now you are probably they are looking up to seeing that this is a potential source of revenue. And I like her opinion when she said that there are quite many other areas that need to be. There are so many areas that can be taxed, and this may not really be of much disruptive, as such. But anyway, the overall view in here is the fear of the financial access constraint. Imagine going somebody, you have money on your phone, but you want to transact, but they tell you there are no mobile money agents in here, and probably you have to travel very far. Some of these centers are located a little bit far, most especially for people that stay in the rural areas. So that is quite, it will lead to a reduction in the velocity of money. We started that. You remember that aspect where we studied the velocity of money, the rate at which money moves one hand to another. And that is also one of the factors that is key in determining economic progress in that way. So it might start like a small aspect, but it's a bomb that can blast out and cause quite lots of issues to the economy at large. Because I'm not going to go to somebody now, like most of these people that transact. Like I want to buy tomatoes. I have my 1K. But it's on the phone. Some people are going to be like, how can I? Okay, I'm going to receive it, but what am I going? And in Uganda, we've not yet adapted that aspect of digitization of financial. Can I say financial digitization, whereby transactions 100% are relying on transaction. On phone, I transact something to you towards there straight forward. It's not really that aspect. Just a few shops which can allow that. It's not really good. But then we are looking at the Ugandan mature, what they call Montua 1C in this aspect. You've taxed the mobile money agents. The mobile money agents have left, and now this person has money. They doesn't have physical cash, but all they do have is digital money. I call it digital currency. The money that you have on your mobile phone. Where does this really end up to? I don't know what you think about that, Joram. That particular report aspect of that decision of the Uganda Revenue Authority. I know they need to get money.
And but look at things here. I think it takes us back to this report. The New Vision today has highlighted that mobile money pay grows threefold as Ugandans embrace cashless transactions. Now, according to this in here, is that, for example, MTN's revenues for the period increased by 10.98% to 2.2 trillion.
Yeah.
Now, this is largely because now most people, it shows you that people are now going into the cashless economy.
The cashless economy.
Well, on the side of business, it is unfavorable because sometimes you realize the charges. Some clients don't want to pay.
The charges. That's yes, exactly. That's the issue.
The mere fact that now there is, for example, Momo Pay or Airtel Pay, MTN, let's say Momo Pay, Airtel Pay numbers, whereby you can easily pay without a charge and everything. Sometimes some businesses find it quite difficult to use such things. But then I think the reason as to why we are now seeing these taxes coming up goes back to the fact that there is rise
of
people.
cashless.
Cashless.
Adopting the
cashless. And with the cashless, unless otherwise, if the government does not start regulation as early as possible, it may be difficult in the near future. And I think these are some of the things that they are actually trying to prevent or work on. They want to create that kind of regulation, which as well includes streamlining how taxation will apply, especially the people who are doing online transactions and everything. And mobile money does look like something that can be taxable. Because I do know the move here, even last year, the president of Kenya did reveal that as long as someone is doing business in Kenya, they have to pay tax. So going back to our motherland here, people have to pay taxes. And even those in the informal sector who have hardly paid some taxes, some direct taxes, will have to pay the taxes here. But when you look at the mobile money issue here, you've actually mentioned something of a huge concern. It will take us back to the charges increasing.
The charges increasing.
And this will actually create room for people to stop
operating.
Yes,
and
people will actually stop over-depending on the cashless and then try to go back with the tangible side.
Sometimes I feel like some of these things come up as a way to... Do you remember when we were heading into the digital migration?
Early 2013.
It seemed like, before 2013, when it was being discussed in the years before, actually like 5 years before, every person was like, no one can do that. No one can do that. But now, when deliberately it was forced, now it's normal.
Just like when they scrapped off airtime cards.
It's now normal.
The scratch cards.
Yes, those scratch cards. It's now very normal. So I now look to probably these taxes. It's one of the ways, because the president has also always been talking about a cashless economy.
Yes.
Cashless economy. So probably this could be one of the ways of trying to by forcing the cashless economy onto us. It's whereby no more really transact. Okay, though that may really take time. There is no way you can really eradicate physical cash entirely, though that has advantages, I guess, because the biggest issue today in town has just changed. Because now I have a 50k, I need 1,000, but now here I just send you 1,000 on your phone. And it's quickly. But still, you see, yes, the taxes would be okay, but I would think if they are made a little bit fair, whereby if now recently I remember I was making a withdrawal of some money, and I was surprised. You charge somebody 7,000 shillings. I mean, that was quite crazy charge. Probably I'm not withdrawing $1 million. I'm withdrawing something below 500,000, and I'm being charged. So how much more somebody who's like withdrawing above 500,000? I mean, you're likely to pay 1,000. I mean 10,000. That is quite a big fee. So I would believe that would be okay, because it would help. Actually, a cashless economy would be okay. Imagine I come to your phone, and even in the market, I want your tomatoes, I'm sending you 500 on your what? On your mobile money. It would be okay. But if the charges actually are reduced a bit, because now every Ugandan is using it. Because the only aspect in here is that if there are few people using it, and you also need to maximize that sector, you may have to raise the taxes. But now if you have a large number of people, it's using it. It's like now every person, ever since the digital every person is now using it. Now we find that the rates have been cut down because it's not what is being done. Unlike before, whereby there were few players and the prices were high if you wanted to get it.
Now because there are quite many, you have to at least minimize some of these.
Yes. So I hope when we adapt the taxation of mobile money agents, it is okay, and we go to a cashless economy, which is okay, then the charges are reduced. I think Uganda will be a good place to stay in terms of financial aspects, because honestly, physical cash, related challenges, you can lose it, anything can happen. Something can happen to it. It can get damaged. It's just a piece of paper in the way. So many aspects. Some other related.
And well,
dangers in there.
you do as well realize that once this is passed, and obviously the taxation has to be complied to,
Yeah.
so we have to comply to what government has put in place, because we have to pay the taxes.
Exactly.
As a compliant citizen, a business person, you've got to render taxes to the government. That is something that we should be able to consider as we go forward in the world that we are living in. Well, you've been watching Smart Means Business. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko with Barige Andrew here. I don't know how the month is moving on so far for you. It's just 1 week into it, the 9th day of the month, and well, I don't know.
Well, it's just normal, just like a normal kickoff start. Just that every day I challenge myself for my resolutions for this year, 2023. You know, it's running too fast. We're already in March. You know, just started Jan, and now we're already in March. So if you're out there, and I don't know whether you think like the way I think, are you challenging yourself? How far have you gone in terms of achieving what you had really planned to get to? I don't know about you, how you're really observing it so far. 8 days, actually now 9 days so far past the month, and yeah, quite lots, and of course much more anticipations, much more surprises will be coming in ahead in that way.
But anyway, you can take it slow on yourself. Be kind enough to yourself as you take every day as it comes, but stick to your plan work. Create that to-do list of what you want to achieve, maybe in a month, a day, or a week. It's a lot more. And try to build on every day that passes by. You never know how far you may go. Prepare yourself for anything you want to achieve, and definitely you'll be able to achieve it, trust me. I'm Jerome Paul Sonko, Barige Andrew in here for Smart Means Business. After this show, we shall be having Financial Markets with Anthony Sebale. Later on, Fred Makubia will be joining into our daily programming at 1 p.m. for you to Koleva Chokola. And then Mutumba Scale Up Jenkolila with Hassan Duga later on in the day. Lots and more. Tonight, Business Today with Ron Nahabwe. Do make it a deal to catch up with Smart 24. Mainstream is channel 394 on GoTV. DSTV is channel 372. The website is www.smart24.tv/news. And then Twitter is Smart24TV. Then for the YouTube channel, Smart24TV Live. Have a good day. Good morning.